Good morning, teachers. Today I am going to show how we can make question paper in Google Forms and how we can set it in such a way that the answer sheet submitted by students would be checked by Google Form itself and you can download the mark sheet of the students. So let us proceed. Now we'll go to our web browser, that is Google Chrome, and in Google Chrome what we will do is we will first start our Gmail ID, that is we'll start Gmail. We'll log into Gmail. Now see, my mail ID has opened, and as I have opened my Gmail, there is a 9 dot, a square containing 9 dot, and that square is actually for the apps that Google provides. I clicked it, that is I opened this, and after opening I will have to find the Google Form app. See, the Google Form app is at the area which should be opened using the option More from Google. So I click More from Google. We will get a Google Assistant here, but we'll scroll down. I'm scrolling down, and at the end part of this page we'll have many forms as well as many other apps. So we have many apps here, and in these given apps there is an app called Forms, and this is what we are searching for. We are going to create our question paper in Forms, that is Google Forms. So I click Google Forms. Now teachers, Google Form has opened, and I'll go to Google Form because it is for my personal use and I am trying to make a question for my students. So go to Google Forms, we clicked, and we have now entered the Google Form section. Now I have made many forms here, but today I am going to make a new form and we'll see how we can create a new form. So to create a new form, we'll have to go to the option Start a New Form. See, there is a colorful plus sign here. We'll click this colorful plus sign. Now as we click the colorful plus sign, we get a area where we can design our question paper. Now teachers, the question paper should have two sections. The first section should contain the details of the students who is actually appearing, that is the student's name, the roll number of the student, the admission number of the student, the section in which he reads, and whatever mandatory details you want to put forward. So you can put a section, that is you can dedicate a section for these information, and this should be always the first section which the student actually sees when he opens your form. So we start it. We'll write here, say formative assessment 1. So this is formative assessment 1, and maybe the year for assessment is 2020 and 2021. So this given session we are using. Now as I said, our question should be the data which would actually help the students to write the name, the roll number. So we are actually in now for setting here a place for the student where he can write his name. So we'll write name of the student. You can also write enter your name, whatever you like, it is your choice. Now see, name cannot be given as multiple choice, so we will come here and we will write here, we'll select the option short answer. So the student is getting a place where he can write the name, and it would be a short answer sort of place where he can write the name. And we'll actually click this required button. Why we click this required button? Because it means that student cannot proceed further in my form unless and until he fills his name, because name is mandatory here because I have switched on the required button. So I made my first given option here, question here for the student, that is first information that I want from the student, that is name of the student. Now we are seeing this plus sign, we'll click this plus sign, another given place comes where I can put the next question, but here we are not actually putting the question, we are actually giving the area where the student can fill the mandatory details. So maybe I put here, enter your admission number. So enter your admission number. This is what I am writing here, and this is also short answer. It is a sort of validation, but we don't require these things, so we'll close it. We'll click on the cross and we say required, because this is also very important information. We require, this is a mandatory area where students should actually fill some information, the admission number. Now we'll go forward and we will now say enter your roll number. So one by one, whatever informations you want from the student, you can ask these questions here, and the students are mandatorily required to fill this information. Now we have one more that we should always give, that is section. So enter your section. Now it is also of which sort or which type of thing, it is short answer type, and I said required is yes. So I think these are the informations we should which we should always ask, because this will be helpful to, even if I am taking the exam for say more than one sections, we can divide the record which we get back as answers into the individual sections, that is I can sort it section wise. We'll see how we'll do it. So these are the things which is required. So what we said to the students to enter: the name, the admission number, the roll number, the section. Now this is one level, that is one part of the Google form. This is the first part which the student should always see when he actually opens the link for taking the test. Now here you see we have an option here that we can go to the second level, that is we can add one more section, and this section should be for the questions, the actual questions for a given subject. So what we'll do is we'll click it. Now, as I click it, see we are in the second section. We are in the section 2 of 2 sections. This is the first section and this is the second section. Now you can here give details like you can give all the questions are mandatory. You can write this, or answer all the questions. So this you can write, and you can also in this section you can give say subject. You can write say mathematics or whatever, English, whatever subject you are going to take. See, you can write the timing, how many minutes they have to do this. You can write here. So you can write the timing, say 30 minutes, whatever you want, you can do it here. Now what we have done is we have kept the heading for section 2 here. We have written the heading for section 2 here. Now we can go to this plus sign. Now, as we go to this plus sign, what we'll get here is again we will get same sort of place where we can write questions, but this is the place where we will write the actual questions. Now if it is an English exam, we can use directly here, we can type the questions directly here. So if I want to write which parts of speech, see the spelling, which part of speech is say and. So you can give a question of this sort, which part of speech is and then you can give the answer whether it is a preposition or you want it as conjunction, whatever, or it is a noun. So the students have to select the right option or it is a pronoun. So this is a question. If you are going for English, maybe you don't need any symbol. So very simple it is easy to prepare. You can prepare it here by writing share English. That is, we can write English here. So for English teachers, it is not a big problem. But if it is a question of say physics or mathematics, now see, we can put the required option on because we need the answer for it. And one more thing, if you want that Google form should check your answer sheets, that is, if the students are taking the exam and they are sending the answer, you want Google form to check it, you can do one thing. You can go to this settings, you see, and there is an option here called quizzes. You can click quizzes. As you click quizzes, you get an option make this a quiz. You open it, or this toggle button is put on. As simple as this, and then you can say save. So now what happens, you get an option here so that you can set the answer prior to giving this link for answering the questions to the students. So we'll set it now only. What we'll do is, and we set it while we are preparing this question paper, we'll say answer key, and if I think this is the answer, so I'll click it, and I'll also set a marks for it. I'll say it is for 1 marks or 1 point, and I'll say done. So now Google Form knows that this is the answer for this particular question. Now as Google Form knows this is the answer for the particular question, whenever the students are going to answer, Google Form is going to check the answers of the students and award the marks also. So it is very simple, we can well see. Now suppose if this question paper is not for English, it is for physics or say chemistry or say mathematics, which requires special symbol. So it is not as easy as we are doing it for some languages paper. So here, because we need some symbols also. So how to do it? So let us see. For that we will not directly write the answer here. We will go to this image box. Now as we go to this image box, what we can do is we click it and we have a browse option. If we are going to browse option, that means we can take a question which has already been prepared by us and kept as an image. So let us see how we can do that. So we go to browse option. Now as we go to browse option, what we'll see is we actually have no questions prepared for us. So what we are required is we are to prepare a question for us. So going to browse in this way would not work. What is required is we will have to first prepare the question which I want to bring in this Google form. So let us minimize Google form now and go to MS Word to prepare the question. So I came to MS Word. Now suppose I want to write a question for mathematics. I want to write A plus B. I want to give a whole square to it. So if I want to give whole square to it, how I'll give? I'll go to superscript, and we can again write is equal to. Now this is a symbol. What symbol we have? We have the bracket symbol, and we also have a subscript. We have a superscript, that is we have a square. So these sort of things would be easy here in MS Word, but to write in Google Forms we require some settings. So what we'll do is we'll go and do it here only in MS Word. I did it here, and the next option is we will actually take the screenshot of it. How we do the screenshot? In mobile we all know, in laptop we have an option called print screen. Just besides F12, we'll press it. I have pressed it now, and then I pressed enter and I pasted. How I pasted? I right clicked and chose the paste option. So I right clicked, and what I did, I chose the paste option. You can also go for Ctrl plus V. Now I pasted it. So the whole screen which I had here has been taken as a screenshot and has been pasted here. Now I'll click this given screenshot. As I click, see, if I don't click, I don't get any option here, but as I click, I get a format option here. We'll select format and go to crop option. As we go to crop option, what we'll do is we will try to take only that part which is actually the question for us. So I took it. This is the part which is a question for us. Now I have prepared the question for myself, and I now go to Microsoft Picture Manager. So I go to Microsoft Picture Manager. It opens Microsoft Picture Manager, and here you see within desktop I have kept a folder for keeping the questions, or I should say images of the question for this given particular question paper which I am preparing. I have written that folder as I have prepared it earlier. You can prepare it earlier and then use it. So I have made this folder earlier, and as I have made the folder earlier, what we are going to do is we are going to open it up. So this folder is now open, and I am to do one thing. I am to take this given image, copy it from here, or I should say cut it from here, and I will put this image in this Microsoft Picture Manager area, but within which given folder? Unit test in Google Form. And where is this folder? It is within our desktop. It is in desktop. You can see I came here, I pasted it here. Now as I pasted it here, if I even close it, you will see that in our desktop, this is our desktop. In the desktop, we have an option here. This is our desktop, and in the desktop we have this given folder. If I open it, you will find whatever we had kept. So our question is ready. Now we are to go to Google Form, and this time when I go to Google Form, if I browse, I get my desktop. Within desktop I have this unit test, and I can select this. So as I select it, what happens? This comes as a question here. Now, as it comes as a question here, you will think that it is very, very small, it cannot be seen, but you can increase the size of the question if you want. The size of the question increases. So whatever questions where you want that some symbols should come, you can, as you have already done in your previous years, that you have made the question paper in Word, you can make the question paper but save it in Picture Manager as a picture and use it here. Then you can go to the options. Similarly, you can go and save the answers as options if it has some symbols, and you can bring it here. How we can do it? So if I say that I have an answer as a square plus b square plus 2ab. So what we'll do? We'll again go to this place. We will now write the answer. So this can be used as a clipboard, this word. I can come here. I can write the first answer here. How I'll write? I'll write A we'll write square, then we'll write plus 2ab plus b, and then we can write again square, and this can be again taken as a print screenshot. Pasted it here, we can paste it, and again we can select it, go to format, crop, and we can go to the answer part. You see, we go to the answer part. As I go to the answer part, what we will do is we will select this, or I should say we can cut it from here, go to Picture Manager and paste it here. As I pasted the answer, now in Google Forms, if I require this answer, I'll come to this given place, image part, browse, and I can give the answer here. So if you need images, you can come and use the images like this. So this is the answer we have, and we can remove this off. See this question part, we don't need this, so it will not be used. This is the alignments, we can put the alignments also. Now this option 1, so this is the option 1 part. So I think you have understood. Now this given image is actually very small. You can again increase the image. See how we brought it again. I'll show. I went here, browse, and then this is the image here, and see as the image comes, this is the image. We can use the image and we can proceed further. You can give some wrong images also and it would work for us. So this is how, and this is the place from where we can set the answer key. So as I set the answer key 1, I gave the marks and I say that this is my right answer. I said done, and required I put as yes. Now see, this is how we made the questions. Now suppose my question is over now. Now if the question is over, now I have to send the link to the students. How shall I send the link to the students? I'll go to send option. I'll go to this given attachment icon. I click it. There is a link which comes. I can shorten the link. I went to shorten URL. I copy it and I can save it or send it to my mobile using my mail ID, or you can use WhatsApp web WhatsApp. So I used it. I said link for FA1. I wrote. I said this and I pasted the link here. What I did, I had copied it from there. I pasted the link here. Then I said send. Now it comes to my given laptop and it can also be opened. Gmail can also be opened from my mobile. Now as we can open Gmail from mobile, what will happen is you can copy it from Gmail and paste it into the students WhatsApp group and students can take the exam. So I think we have understood this. Now we can go to Google Forms. Suppose the students took the test because they got the link, they opened the link, they answered the question, they took the test. Now how to see what marks they got? So there is an option here. The option is response. Now in response, there is an option called create spreadsheet. We can go and select it and say create. So spreadsheet would be created. And this is how it would look. Here everything is there, name of the student, and there is an option called time span. That means when the student answered the question, what was the score he secured, what is his name, his admission number, his roll number, whatever details he wanted, his section, and what is the answer he gave, which part of speech is and. So these things are there. He can give the answer from here. And I am seeing the second question has not been shown here. We'll see why the second question has not been shown. What has happened to the second question? Has it been deleted? Okay, I have not written this, therefore it is. So may I write it here? What I will write it? We'll write something here. What we'll write? We'll write answer. We'll write answer the following question. We write answer the following question. And now we have done everything for this given thing. Say maybe option 2 I give something, option 3 I give something, or I write option 1, then option 2 maybe I give A, B, C, some other option, and I say okay, done. Now let us see the Excel sheet whether this question is taken into consideration or not. Now see, answer the following question. This question has been taken into consideration. So 2 questions I have given. One I showed how normally it can be written in English, and the second one is how we can go and take an image of the question and incorporate that image in Google form, as well as how answers can be taken as an image. So that has been done. our Google form is ready. We also understood how to send the link, and after students would have given the answers, what we can do is we can check the answer from this, and as well as the score he has secured from this given button. This is this green Excel button. So as you opened it, if the students would have taken the test, then details would have been here, and you could have downloaded the mark sheet of the students from the option file and then the option download, and you'll use Microsoft Excel. So you'll get the Excel sheet downloaded. Now as you get the Excel sheet downloaded, as you'd open this Excel sheet, what we'll get? See, we have opened it. We are getting the details. The students' details would be here. You can copy these details from here or share it as an attachment, roll number wise, section wise, by sorting the Excel sheet. So this is so simple. So we can do it from here. So this is how Google Forms can be used. So I think we have all understood how to use Google Form, and if there is any problem, you can call me or Subodh sir. You can call us and we will solve your problem. Thank you very much. One more thing I'll tell you that should be told here, that should be said here. What is that thing? I'll tell you that you should always keep the response off. This is accepting response button. Now if you are going to put it on, now if you have given the links at 10 minutes before the exam and you want the exam to start at 10 o'clock, students can answer the questions even 10 minutes before as and when you gave the link. So you should always keep this button off. Now as you keep the button off, what it means that students cannot answer. They would complain that the form is not opening. But as it becomes suppose you have to take the exam at 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m. you can put the button on. Now as you put the button on, form will open and students can now give the test. So this is how you can work. And one more thing, if you put this off, what should be shown to the students? A given message should be shown to the students. We'll write a message. Please, any message, please submit the answers once. So this is what, when it is going to be shown, when we have not started the test and the link has been given. The students would touch the links, but this is the option they would get. But as soon as you open this given button, that is put this button on, now name would be asked to the students, the roll number would be asked, and the students would start taking the test. So this is all. As I said, if you have any problem, you can call us and we'll solve your problem. So thank you very much. The session is over now. So thank you.